Well, shit. Have a good show or not on the screen, huh?
Hello, sir.
Please.
Yes, sir. What's up, man? Y'all in the all of the audio booth, all of the y'all live on TV yet?
Are we? Well, can you see us?
No.
Well, that's an
That's
issue.
They live, but we can't see them. What's the deal?
We got background, but
They
no.
live, but we can't see them.
Yeah, so, and folks, if you can hear us,
They are live, but we cannot see them.
we got background, but no us.
Just a minor
No, at all.
technical.
But you know what? That's a fancy metal looking screen.
On TV.
Yeah.
Not just the background of it, too.
So, welcome to the show. We're having a couple technical difficulties right now, if you can hear us, folks.
This is our radio broadcast.
We get the podcast version of AOC.
Right.
So we've got Big Pop on the move here. He's gonna handle business for us, and
Yeah.
hopefully soon you can see these sexy mugs.
I'm telling you, and today I gotta say, Nick, you are looking luscious.
Oh.
Anything you want to talk about to Acadiana while we get?
While they can't see our face.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
Damn right.
Well, you know what?
What's the last movie you saw?
The last movie I saw in the theater.
Yeah. Oh well.
Hey, how's it going?
I guess whatever. DVD action.
DVD. Oh man, I haven't rented anything recently. I'm trying to think.
Not including pornography.
I went and saw the Batman versus Superman and the Captain America Civil War.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see that.
Yeah, I like the comic book movies. It's really been the Marvel universe has been kind of, hey, there we are. Look at these guys.
Gosh, it took
Wow,
long
we
enough.
make magic happen at
You
AOC.
see, you
All
see.
of a sudden, you just have these metal barricades blocking us,
Yeah.
blocking the greatness
Uh-huh.
of Higher Thought with Lek and Nede, and then boom, here we are.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's the magic that
Y'all can learn
happens.
how not to do that by coming to the Simple Studio Production class at AOC.
You heard
Simple
that, ladies and
studio
gentlemen?
production
Simple-
class.
It's coming up this week. It's free for members. Not
Fr-
this week.
free
I'm
for
sorry.
members.
Next
Later
week.
this month. Yeah.
Later
Okay.
this month,
All
we'll
right,
be
if,
there.
If you're not a member, it's $1,628.
Exactly.
So,
Well, they gotta make their money somehow, so it can be
Right.
free for
well,
poor
I mean,
people.
you're spending thousands of dollars on the phone. I mean, somebody.
And we've got, the phone lines are open.
That's right.
Um,
Numbers on the screen.
Yep. And we're getting our stuff together, folks. We've got a YouTube page now. We've got a Facebook. We've got an
Yes.
email. You want to give them some of that information?
Let's talk higher thought at gmail.com is the is the email address. Let's talk higher thought, all lowercase, all around together.
At Gmail.
At Gmail. The YouTube page is Higher Thought.
Just Higher Thought.
Higher Thought.
Which I saw they did have a couple other, more popular Higher Thought videos. Hey,
Yeah,
we just
scroll-
put it out there.
scroll down a little bit.
Scroll.
Scroll
It's
down
about
a
like
little bit.
8 or 9 down. But hey, we're new. So we got to build the viewership.
Please give us a little traffic on those. We'd appreciate that.
And Facebook is also just Higher Thought, right?
Higher Thought. I didn't do a Facebook.
Oh wait,
yet.
we don't have a Facebook
No.
yet, but that's
Working on
coming.
it.
It's coming.
Under construction.
Under construction, folks. And we've also been talking some other ideas for the show. You know,
Yes.
we want to make it more visual for our short attention span society here.
Yeah, it's tough to sit here and listen to us ramble on about today's politics for 1 hour. So we were thinking about maybe introducing some musical guests.
Possibly
perhaps.
so. Musical guests. Which we talk sports a little bit every now and again,
we
but
do.
you know, maybe doing some sports, you know, maybe focusing on that a little bit more.
Yeah, but we bleed our politics into our sports, don't we?
Of course, yeah. It's all rigged. Vegas is doing. Which I actually had somebody give me a card today to see if I wanted to bet on games, and I'd never had a card before.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, needless to say, like it kind of freaked me out. I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, like maybe like 5-10 years ago when I gave a crap about the NFL.
Yeah.
And I knew who everybody was, and
Right.
you know, but
Well, to tell you the truth, I mean, you don't have to be an avid football fan. I mean, I know a lot of women that just put down little things, and like I swear they win lots of big bucks.
Sure. Well, I mean, just think of the Saints game from last week. Last year, you know, the Giants and Saints put up like 100 points in the game.
And what's the
so
over-under
the
on that
over-under
one?
was
Yeah.
pretty high, and then they only ended up scoring 30 points last week.
Right.
So I mean, like, hey, the fix was probably in. Vegas runs the NFL,
That's true.
you know, or the New World Order.
But you gotta, I gotta say, man, Vegas gets it right so many times with those over-unders. Man, they get close.
Sure do. And hey, just all it takes is one little holding call,
Yeah.
you know, one
Did you see
little
that?
pass interference.
Have you ever heard of that basketball one with the over/under? And if you get the over, and each bucket that's scored is $1,000 towards your money.
Wow.
So like you're like if it goes over, then you're like, wow. Even a free throw, a 3-pointer, that's $3,000.
Which,
Man,
isn't that why athletes are millionaires? Because like they control like so man $1 billion industry of sports betting.
is that why baseball players get paid so much money and yet the stands
Nobody
are
goes
empty?
to the game. I still don't understand the logistics of that. And really, who's going to a baseball game on a Tuesday afternoon? And, you know, I mean, come on, people gotta work.
Bunch of nostalgic people
Yeah,
with
so.
their baseball glove.
But that's all supposed news, because the real news, the headlining news of the week, Brangelina!
Oh gosh, that's where we're gonna start.
Well, I mean, it's headlining everything else, so.
Oh,
Brangelina! Do we give a donkey's crap about it?
raise your hand. Yes.
Well, they split up. They're apparently divorced.
Oh Lord.
Or divorcing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt has been like accused of maybe like doing like smoking weed and like
The
beating his kids or
alcohol
something.
and, yeah, the alcohol mixed with the weed is never a good thing.
I mean, yeah, but he is Brad Pitt.
That's
you know,
true.
So he won't have any trouble. And I heard he was maybe even had another little squeeze who like kind of looked like a young Angelina kind of
Well,
up and coming actress kind of thing.
let's.
When you're Brad Pitt, hey, you can do that. But yeah, this was like a big, huge news story. It covered
Right.
the headlines. You know, and as we always kind of say on this show, it's like if some crap like that is taking up the headlines,
Something else is going on.
yeah, there's something going on in Washington, D.C. or in Syria or Russia or something that they're trying to block from.
Yeah.
So I see you have a lot of notes.
I have some.
And your notes start off with gay.
No, that I read from right to left.
Oh, okay.
I'm a-
So you
have some-
end up being gay. at
I have
the
some
end.
Asian in me.
Okay.
I end up
He's
being.
happy.
I end up starting with gay.
Happiness. That's what it originally meant. Like
The-
in the 50s, you'd be like, "Hey, I'm feeling gay today,"
That's right.
you know, and that was a common thing. It was one of those words that was used in, but that was before you were allowed to be a sodomite.
I think they even took the word gay out of some of the Christmas carols. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, it's we'll have a gay old time.
Yeah, they don't want to have that anymore.
in the Flintstones.
Yeah, whatever.
You can't say that.
It's offensive.
Ladies and gentlemen, the North Carolina riots.
Oh, that's the real headline.
My goodness. Keith Scott was shot. He was shot by a black cop.
Mm-hmm.
Black cop shoots and kills a black man, and all hell breaks loose.
Well, cops say he had a gun. His family said he was in his car reading.
Right. They do had that. There were two cops that didn't shoot the victim, and I say victim, but he didn't have a body cam, but the two other officers did, and they said that he did brandish a weapon. So
Well, and
tough.
And they haven't released the video publicly yet
Yeah.
because it's still under investigation. That's how the political process works. Typically is before you go rioting stuff, you kind of wait to see what happens in court.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but then Black Lives Matter gets involved. You and I both know, they are a radical organization. They have the narrative of they don't want white cops to shoot young black men. But
Well, I think it's just cops in general, but yeah, there's a lot of white hate as well.
well, I mean, there's a lot of black on white crime going on right now.
Oh, definitely, especially in Charlotte.
Yeah, they dragged that poor man across the parking lot.
And I saw they jumped a CNN reporter too.
They did. There's video evidence of both of those cases. And
how does that get your point across, really?
Begging
I mean,
for
that
mercy.
just perpetuates the problem.
Right. One of my questions here, Nick, is who benefits from these riots?
Well, I would say probably President Obama, because ultimately, if we get, if it gets too out of control where they start jumping cops and citizens and stuff like that, well then yeah, we need our militarized police to come in, and we need martial law if that does take place.
Yeah.
President Obama has written the legislation and that's passed.
Yeah.
That he can pretty much stay King Obama. And why else would you have two horrible candidates that nobody really likes?
Right.
They did like I saw a chart of the percentage of people that actually voted for Donald Trump and Hillary in the primaries. It's a very small portion of society. Most people don't vote.
That's right.
Especially in the primaries, because we're not all registered Republicans and Democrats.
A large amount can't vote.
A large amount can't vote because they're not 18 or maybe still searching for citizenship status. Maybe So
A lot of them refuse to vote. A lot of them are voting for third parties.
surely, but what better climate than we need all this protection? And Obama actually said in his last speech to the UN this past week that we need to lose a little bit of our rights for the sake of protecting ourselves.
Yeah, the same Obama that wants to shut down the internet.
Yeah, so we need to lose a little bit of our rights from your president, Barack Hussein Obama.
So they declared it a state of emergency. The National Guard was called in midnight yesterday. 20 officers have been injured so far.
And I'm sorry, I kind of got off track there with Obama, but I agree with you in that, like, what good does this do for your cause? This doesn't make your cause look any better, like, on why cops shouldn't mess with you more.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you don't see, any other group really rioting in the streets and destroying people's property that are innocent of this entire thing.
How would this be, and how would the media treat it if it were white people rioting?
Well,
Big difference, right?
We would be, Christian Nazi haters, and so it can go. Racism goes every direction, like the media covers any kind of racism coming from a white person, but the only racism I'm really seeing nowadays is towards white people.
Yeah, well,
and which is causing the racists to come out, of a lot of white people.
Yeah, you mentioned martial law earlier. Why, after 2 nights of violent protests, are there no curfews?
Well, they said they were waiting to see what would happen tonight, apparently.
Oh, great.
So let's just have one more rioting,
Yeah.
Because it's probably a bunch of paid crisis actors that
One
are
more.
hired to protest.
One more hoorah. Get some rubber bullets shot at you.
Yes, let's bring in that militarized police because we need to get rid of our freedoms for the sake of safety.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Benjamin Franklin, he who sacrifices their freedom for safety deserves neither.
If you want to, a fun thing to do, I did it last night. Go to YouTube and type in live riots in Charlotte or something like that. And a lot of people that are actually rioting have the live streams going on their phone. Really interesting. You see people breaking things and lighting things on fire, and like just you get down in there, down in the mud. It was very interesting.
That's really dumb.
And, I mean, ultimately, the media is so slanted in their coverage, once again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's like, and everything is the leftist view in the media.
Yeah.
You know, there's no conservative view on television.
No, there used to be Fox, but even they have turned way left, it seems.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I honestly think, you know, I mean, the powers that be, whoever that is, well, we know who it is. We've talked about it several times on the show, but the powers that be are trying to speed up the process a little bit. Which, one thing I was looking at was that they're having like another one, a Million Man Mask March or something like that on November 5th. Remember the 5th of November? So the Guy Fawkes masks are going to go to the White House.
And do what?
Well, I don't know, protest.
Okay.
You know, so.
Litter up the line?
Yeah, well, you know, we'll see. It'll kind of be like V for Vendetta when they go up
When's
to
the last
Big Ben.
time a protest or anything has actually put anything to law or changed anything?
We wouldn't know. I mean, the media doesn't tell us. You know, I'm sure there have been some good protests out there.
Well, back in the day, I'm sure, some of the civil rights and things like that. But
Surely. You know, I mean, actually, I can think of an example I saw just this past week. Mandeville, the town that I grew up in, they had a bunch of activists and protesters protest no fracking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No fracking, and they got that passed. And the company got the heck out of town.
Okay.
You know, so hey, I mean, good protests sometimes can.
What about all the Navajos that are getting eat up by dogs? Are their protests doing anything?
Which, yeah, I mean, there's like probably like almost 1 million people there now, huh?
Right.
That are protesting this thing. I haven't seen it on the news in weeks.
Yeah. I guess the bigger the company, the harder they don't fall.
Surely, you know. So, and there was a recently oil spill, catastrophe, huge oil spill over in Japan. And apparently it is polluted like 1/3 of the ocean with
That
oil.
wasn't the oil spill. You saw that Fukushima.
Fukushima. What is this Fukushima?
That was a nuclear plant, dude, that went down, remember?
Okay.
And like, it showed, that was amazing, man. It showed how much of the ocean that it had.
I said 1/3.
It was
And we're 70% water, folks.
it's ugly, boy.
So it's not looking good for
You're about to start-
our marine life out
That's
there.
right. You're about to start catching some deep sea fishes that don't look the way they used to.
And I mean, essentially, you know, with all the food supply being poisoned, I mean, they're building dependence.
Monsanto, Bayer, the aspirin company, or they're gonna buy Monsanto. Weird, huh? Wow.
Yeah, well,
GMOs in your aspirin, ladies and gentlemen.
GMOs.
Poisons.
So yeah, I mean, we can't get good information. You got to go look for good information. It's not given to you.
Yeah. And
Facebook
we used to think that Putin would be the one to cover up all this information, but he's outspoken compared to what we go through. Like, we have to sift and look under and around the block and to find like
Putin's
just
more
an
upfront to
inkling of
American
truth.
people than any American leader I know.
I know, man. That dude actually booted out the Rothschilds. Remember, we talked about that on a previous show. It was like, that is something right there. You don't do that, ladies and gentlemen.
This is true.
He is trying to stop this new order, and it's coming. It's coming.
Which I just saw
He's
that.
trying to at least slow it down a little bit.
I saw Biden blamed Russia for bombing something in Syria. Of course, that's where our terrorist training grounds are.
Oh yeah, Russia's the one that hacked the DNC emails. Remember?
Surely.
Let's just blame everything on them.
So I mean, obviously, the propaganda is building Russia out to be the bad guy here.
I know, and it's our left. It's our left media. It definitely. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Let me ask you, why should we hate, and I'll use that word, Russia? It just makes no sense. We should be friends with them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we're
We don't have to
Americans
hold
more than
hands and
anything.
skip down
Yeah, but what
I
has
mean,
Russia done to us?
Not really. I
Because
mean,
I've heard a bunch of accusations of what we've done to Russia.
right.
And they have a point. They can protect their country. Because we expect our leaders to protect us.
Right. And they, trust me, they are ready to go, but they even let us say that we went to the moon. I mean, come on.
Which, I mean...
They could have came out and said...
I definitely wouldn't tell John Glenn that he didn't go to the moon because he'd punch you in the face.
You mean Buzz Aldrin?
Was that Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least I got the first astronauts right. How about Wiener? We're showing your Anthony Weiner.
Show us your wiener.
Well, and that's some of the ethics of this political left, I suppose.
Didn't he get caught with some bad pictures?
Yeah, how many times has Weiner been caught with his wiener out?
Twice.
Twice now, officially?
No, 3 times now.
Well, here's another thing. They say justice is blind, right? Meaning that whether you're rich or poor, an actor or just the lowliest janitor, justice is blind, everybody. But not in the case with Hillary Clinton or Weiner or some of these big, corporations. I'm pretty sure justice peaks a little bit and goes, okay, well, you can slide. Because, I mean,
Without a doubt.
this guy still is out and about, and nothing's happening. Hillary Clinton should be in jail.
Which Debbie Wasserman is actually his wife, right?
Oh, she's a bad apple.
That was the DNC head that got ousted and
Yeah.
basically got another job with Hillary.
Yeah.
Because they, pretty much revealed that they rigged the election.
Yeah, it was.
So.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure Bernie may have had a couple of phone calls. What do you think? Maybe a little life-threatening, a little bit.
Oh, surely. Well, for a second, I almost thought they were going to ask Bernie to run for the nomination because they were freaking out about Hillary for a second with their health. So.
Dude, I thought maybe Michelle Obama was going to step up, dude.
Why not?
She's actually got a big favorability. So.
Probably more so. I mean, but it's just like nobody, once you get into office, who has favorability still? Because like you can make a lot of promises as a politician. It's hard to get stuff actually through, So,
which is going to be bad for Trump because the Republicans and the Democrats aren't going to work with him at all. He's going to ask away, but I just don't think they're going to be like little babies,
What to do. Which recent polls kind of show that Hillary is apparently taking the lead again.
I saw Trump up 5 points.
Depends on your poll, I guess. Let's see another poll. Go ahead.
According to the electorate, I'm pretty sure Hillary still got it. If you get California, you get all those.
Maybe it was a different, like an electorate poll.
Right, maybe.
Let's see. Another poll showed that young voters hate Hillary Clinton. But they also hate Trump too. They both have low favorability ratings. Yeah. So, way to get the youth behind the election, huh?
Yeah, I saw they went around campus to a bunch of women, and the women are like, they said, what has Hillary Clinton ever done? And they're like, this and that, and they couldn't say anything, but really they just wanted to vote for her because they wanted to see the story happen. We just had a black president, now it's time for a woman president, and they just like that story.
Politically correct.
Yeah, and they just hate Trump because the media has portrayed him, and he's portrayed himself as this, insensitive kind of say what you will, call it how it looks. If it's a duck, it's a duck.
Well, that's the role he, read
Yeah.
for, and ultimately got granted the part.
Yeah.
Because it's political theater, folks. It's all
Yeah.
made behind the scenes. It's all one big old movie,
Well-
real life movie.
Call us in. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, how you feeling, Acadiana? 366-8950.
Got some more rain today. Definitely needed that, right? Huh. Yeah.
Which,
Just
yeah,
enough to
I
get
mean,
the mosquitoes to start biting you, ladies and gentlemen. And watch out, we don't need no Zika babies.
Next week during the night, we're having a cold front. It's gonna be mid-
Cold front. I'll take a cold front.
Me too.
And we also got Halloween coming up.
Ooh.
Time for your sexy lady outfits.
Are we gonna dress up?
Slutty nurse, slutty teacher, slutty everything, huh? Slutty
Wasn't there-
doctor, slutty.
Wasn't there a South Park on that?
Probably.
Yeah.
Which I heard the recent South Park. They just had the season premiere that it was really good.
Yeah, I heard too.
So I need to watch that. I forgot about that.
Definitely need to check that out.
Because, I mean, hey, they're getting pretty political on their show as well. Of course, they do it in really funny terms.
Yeah, and they're quick too, man. Whatever
Oh,
happens,
surely.
they're on it. So, I mean, we talked about that. You ever read the Black Lives Matter mission statement? We're not going to get into that.
Well, I mean, I said it a little bit earlier. We're white,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, when you got two white boys talking about which, hey, we present both sides.
Sure.
And I mean, I think it's a little messed up what's going on with the popos right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're gaining too much power. I could say I support. Blue lives. I support black lives. I support all lives.
Mm-hmm. I was talking with a friend of ours, Danette, earlier. She really does believe that we're heading towards martial law. She's an
Any intelligent person would
yeah,
think that.
and she also was aware that Obama still can and possibly will.
Well,
go for a third
because I
term.
know as far as Danette,
It's not too late.
yeah, I mean I know her sons definitely research that stuff, or Ian at least.
Yeah.
So, Mark, you were gonna say something?
The police woman that shot the black man, where was that at?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Also, she got just now that she got arrested for manslaughter.
Oh, okay.
So justice is served.
There you go.
And I think it's just all part of this just political narrative, just
Did
like
you
all
hear-
these shootings.
Did you hear the helicopter pilot was like, "Ooh, that looks like a bad guy. He looks like he might be on drugs." And like the cops are hearing the helicopter guy. You know what I mean?
And then like all the cops lined up in front of the video, like in front of the person they were shooting, to where you
Yeah.
couldn't see anything.
I don't know.
And yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
But
So are you tired of it yet, folks?
yeah, it's bad stuff.
I mean, it's getting old. It's really getting old. When are we gonna have America again? But I guess we get the America we deserve, right?
Yeah,
Can we just all get along?
we have the America we paid for.
Yeah, well, and I mean, here's the thing, I mean, I've seen ads of like the Coca-Colas, like when they first came out, in the beginning, 5-10 cents, for your Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola now is what, $1.50, $2. So inflation's what I'm getting to. All the cost of everything has skyrocketed, but one thing that has not skyrocketed is my wage at work. I mean, sure, that might have doubled, but everything else is like, 10 times the cost now. And that is just another way that bankers rip you off.
That's right.
I mean, I've been going through a house process and having bankers trying to rip me off through that.
Yeah,
So, and that's their business to rip you off.
that's right. Printing money out of thin air.
And charging an interest on it.
Ones and zeros. Remember
'Cause-
that cartoon you showed me, and all the people had their IOUs and they're ready to get their money back, and they opened up the safe, and there was just like
No money, because they loan all your money out. When they run out of money, they just get the Fed to print them more,
Don't.
which the Fed charges them an interest on that.
Don't let that happen, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
Don't let that happen. Buy some gold. get some silver.
Copper.
Well,
But did you hear in a recent study that that by 2030 we can get rid of all poverty?
oh, because Bill Gates and George Soros and the Rothschilds are going to give up their money.
All right. Well, what I'm wondering is how we're gonna do that with like make all this money and not have any stuff whenever there's no more jobs left because robots have pretty much are doing everything for us.
Yeah, I mean, what if there's no more fields to sow? What if, what if there's no more crops to be planted? I mean, like,
Go through a drought or something.
yeah,
Which,
money doesn't mean anything if there's nothing to buy.
folks,
Right?
I think it's time you learn how to garden and hunt because that might be the only way we eat.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
next
but
couple years.
A good friend of mine, Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen, a comic out of Boston, he said, what good is it going to do if the S hits the fan and I learn how to garden when the biggest man on the block with all the weapons is going to come take all my fruits and vegetables,
All
so-
right. Thanks for growing me them
Yeah.
cucumbers, bitch.
Give me all your cucumbers. So it's like, what are you going to do? So get yourself a gun and a scarecrow, maybe that has some surveillance cameras.
Yeah.
Some machine guns and
Yes.
stuff.
And I mean, if it comes down to it, and people are hungry, and they're going to be, coming to these rich
Oh,
neighborhoods.
dude, my
and
cats,
saying-
my cats are the first to go. They're so big and fat and plumpy. I know people are gonna eat them.
Well, I mean, like Acadiana, like your River Ranch, I mean, like people that are poor in Lafayette are going to say, hey, them people in River Ranch are going to still be all right, so let's
Yeah.
go there.
I bet they have a deep freeze. We can go get some deer meat.
Right. So, I don't know. Eventually the pitchforks are coming because things are uneven. It's not fair.
I think you might be wrong. I think it might be the other way around. Those River Ranch people are gonna be like, those poor people know how to save food and.
Oh, the River Ranch people pull out their like machine gun,
Yeah.
like laser pointer, I mean, so.
Dude, I'm going to Girard Park and get some of those big old ducks, man. They're so fat. You ever seen them?
Oh man, them ducks are gonna go quick. It's gonna be like one night of duck buffet at Girard Park, and then no more
man.
duck buffet.
There were bonfires. and bonfires.
Honey glazed duck, Nutri-Rat.
Which them little Nutri-Rats and possums.
Oh yeah.
That's
remember-
gonna be fine dining.
Oh man,
Armadillos.
I've made a lot of my girlfriends mad about whenever I kill all those possums, but I just don't like them. I just don't like them.
Very disgusting.
Man.
I've been there when he kills them. But yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
if they're overpopulated, you're allowed to.
You ever seen them with their babies all over their body? I know a lot of people out there think they're cute. Ugh. My God. All right. A gay student sues his school after he couldn't bring a boy to homecoming. He wants $1 million. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. It's a Catholic high school. His name's Lance Sanderson. He's 19 years old.
He's not gonna win.
Wow.
Because Catholic schools are private schools.
Yeah.
And you have to abide by Catholic doctrine.
Ooh, this is going to go all the way up to the federal court, I do believe.
Oh, yeah, it
Supreme,
might be.
yeah.
But I
There's
mean,
gonna
it's
be
a private school. It's its own business. It can do what
He
it wants.
might win because there's a lot of liberal justices up there. He may win.
I mean, he should be able to bring. I mean, it's the 21st century. I mean, a lot of people are gay now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Isn't
the kid's
there-
gay.
Isn't there a gay priest somewhere in New York?
There's gay priests everywhere that just get moved to other.
He's openly gay.
You know, I mean, why are choir boys' hair parted down the middle?
Because, bless you, my son.
Bless you, my son. Bless you.
That's not good.
Here's another one.
Give us a call, Katie, at 366-8950.
Why does those love Jesus?
Oh, Mark's gonna
Oh,
say
no.
it. Mark's gonna say it. Don't do it, Mark.
No, you say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
No.
I'm not gonna say it.
No.
Jesus is my Lord and Savior.
Stop this. All right.
Moving on.
Snowden says to stay away from the new Google Messenger. Snowden.
Snowden. Oh, like Snowden Jesus.
Pretty sure if Snowden would say something like that, ladies and gentlemen.
His movie's out right now.
Pretty sure, you might want to do that.
From Google
You might wanna
Messenger.
do that.
Well, really stay away from Google because I
There
mean,
you go.
like
Yeah.
Google kind of like spies on you, you know. But there
Did you
are
ever- did we
settings
ever
that you
talk
can
about
turn them
on the
off.
show, Nick, when you were telling me that Pokemon was another way for Google to know where you're at and stuff like that.
Right,
Did we
which-
talk about that?
It's funny because I just recently saw that Korea actually that little hot spot in Korea or whatever in North Korea that nobody like they put a bunch of Pokemons in because Google wasn't allowed to go there to map it. Apparently, Korea has asked Google to like blur out that area,
Oh wow,
so it's interesting.
a Pokemon haven.
Which I think the Pokemon play is down. I don't see as many of the Pokemon,
You
but
know
they
what-
have a new one I think now that's kind of a move around game.
Do you know what else is down, just like Pokemon? NFL ratings.
NFL ratings. Well, because it sucks, really. You know?
Golly,
I
get
mean,
it
like,
together.
you just don't feel the purity in the game anymore. It feels rigged.
It does.
It really does. Oh, it's just so convenient that like all these point spreads and you know always end up just so close and
Right.
missing the mark and you know I'm tired of the Saints losing.
Don't get me wrong, I love to watch it. It's great.
I used to.
It's great.
I mean, it's almost gotten to where I mean I enjoy watching college games a little more. As far as not the Saints, not LSU. You know, I mean, I love watching LSU and the Saints, those and UL
Yeah.
and the Raging Cajuns. You know, those are my teams.
Man, I would love to see the Saints be able to run the football. That'd be great.
We have not run the ball yet this year. Last year, the Saints and the Giants put up 101 points. This year, 31. So
Defense was looking good in the first half.
defense was bending, not breaking. You know, the Giants really did look good. No,
They did.
I'll
They
give them
had
that.
some turnovers that really went the wrong way for them.
But I did hear though that they were saying the Saints coaches and players were complaining that Odell Beckham uses offensive pass interference every single play.
And I did see that too. Yes. He
So,
didn't even.
but hey, he's a hand-picked celebrity, you
Yeah.
know, that gets commercials and stuff. Now we
Sure.
gotta have him catching passes, you know. So
he took the blood
he
oath.
stays a celebrity. Yeah, exactly. And I did see some about Odell Beckham in the news with some like liberal chick that like was giving him a hard time because he didn't want to bone this chick. He was at some party.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so she was just like, I don't know, giving him like the 5th degree of, like about being a sexist and like because he didn't want to sleep with her and he wasn't
Dude.
attracted to her. You know,
Okay.
so
All right.
I don't remember the full story. You can Google it, folks. I mean, it's Odell Beckham.
I've heard he might be a little.
Hey, that might have just been like a little.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know.
That might have been a different little cover story. He's got some cute hair.
Yeah. I saw it blowing in the fan the other day. It looked like a lamb. 500 million Yahoo accounts have been hacked. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah, didn't the Pentagon lose like $5 trillion? Like it just disappeared.
That was. Are you talking about during 9/11?
No, this just
Just
happened
recently?
Yeah,
Oh gosh. That's
yeah,
a lot.
just $5-6 trillion missing.
Oh my god, I didn't hear that. That's too much.
Somebody,
Yeah, that's about a third of our debt. That would be, you know,
Yeah.
Fed and really China.
That's a fourth. Yeah, it's a fourth of our debt.
Um,
Make way for human-free highways.
human-free highways.
Car accidents are caused by 94% human error. And I took the net to the library today. They had some robotics there. It's a sensor. It shows it doesn't bump into the walls and stuff. And that's just a little Lego. You know, it's already, they're ready. So no more driving.
So pretty soon we'll
cars,
have the
ladies and
Johnny
gentlemen.
Cab, huh?
Yeah, just like Johnny Cab.
From Total Recall. Well, okay, okay. Which they've already got the Google cars that drive themselves.
What was the one from Demolition Man?
I can't remember what
another
that
one,
one was
yeah.
called, but you know, I mean, like, hey, what's gonna end up happening is like, you know, people like natural scientists, you know, hackers, people like us that you know talk about the truth.
Oh, yeah.
You know, our Google car is just all of a sudden the brakes are gonna go
Yeah.
out. They're gonna program it, you know, for you know your
One,
cars.
One,
to,
two, three, boom.
Yeah, right. So I mean, that's where this is going.
First and
Anyway.
last name, sir? Chris Johnston?
All right, and then all of a sudden the Google car brakes go out.
Oh, you're gonna like this one, Nick. You're gonna love it. Mayor Kevin Johnson of Sacramento. You remember Kevin Johnson from the NBA?
Yeah.
Oh man, a bloody brawl. They were at some big.
He got in a
convention.
bloody brawl?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Some guy threw a pie in his face
And that'd make me mad
and
too.
then started saying something, and then Kevin tackled the guy and started beating him in the head. In the
Kevin
face.
Johnson, he was the point guard, huh?
Yeah.
For the Phoenix Suns,
Yep.
I think. Yeah, I remember him.
So, wow. Several times in the face, he said the blood was everywhere. I saw a picture of his mug because he got arrested.
Really?
And,
As the mayor of Sacramento, you said?
Yeah, I never knew he was the mayor. Did you? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, hey, if Rhino, who's a wrestler, won the Minnesota, or what state was it?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh,
Michigan.
yeah.
He won the Detroit. What was it for representative? I think.
Well, yeah, I know, I understand. I mean, the body was Minnesota governor.
Right, one. He was a damn good governor
That's
too.
right. He's saving them lots of money.
Mayor of
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
Hey, and you know what? I mean, he said he's running in 2020. If he does, I'm voting for him. 2020. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I'm voting for Kanye. He already said he was running.
Oh God, Kanye, really?
I'm gonna go get
Man, all he's gonna do is just remix Obama stuff and and put some auto tune on it.
I don't want to be Kim Kardashian be first lady. I'll jump off a bridge.
Oh my God, yeah.
I am. Watch. You watch.
Let's just move somewhere. What country doesn't suck anymore?
Canada.
You got maybe your Switzerlands or
Yeah, Swiss.
maybe some where was
They're pretty rich over there.
where's Bjork from? Maybe in Iceland you can go over there and
Yeah.
live out the rest of your
But
days.
the only places that it's still probably decent is where it's really freaking cold because no
That's true.
refugees want to go there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're creating the refugees.
Germany is afraid of a Muslim takeover right now.
Well, yeah, and even their former chancellor said that they regretted, letting all of the Muslims in or letting all the refugees in, even though they're still going through with it.
Are they refugees or just immigrants? I mean, what are they
They're
running
refugees.
from? What are they running from?
They're running from the Syrian war, the civil war in Syria.
And they're what's his nuts? Gaddafi always predicted that before he died. That year.
Right, whenever he had his own
Gaddafi.
currency and
Libya.
he didn't need the Fed. He had his own currency. We ousted him by creating rebel.
He said, "I was the wall."
And just recently, I read an article from a former soldier that was captured and basically tortured. And essentially, he saw the guy the terrorist that tortured him, pretty much backing Hillary, as one of the good rebels or whatever.
She was doing a campaign or something.
Yeah.
The camera showed him.
Well, no, basically it was for he was for the Democratic Party, so it showed some of the rebels for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this, and the dude pointed him out, that's the guy that tortured me, so,
Wow.
and he's
Wow.
supposed to be one of the so-called non-extreme
Oh, sure.
rebels or whatever.
Yeah, they probably said, "Well, he paid good money to be here. Sorry."
Well, right. Well, I think he had gotten shot in the foot or something like that. Actually, I think it might have been a reporter. Now that I think about it, and I think it might have been for Obama rather than Hillary. So I might have misspoke there. And I read that article a few days ago, and I'm speaking off the cuff, not off of a page. So you get what you get. Which I haven't heard from you yet, anyways, Acadiana. Is our ringer on?
Oh.
Is this thing on? So that doesn't look very good. It's giving them.
We could pretend like we're getting calls.
Hello. Let's
Yeah.
talk about something else. I'm tired of all the nonsense of this world.
All right.
Well, you got one more number.
No,
a
let's
poll.
let's go over here.
Let's go somewhere else.
Let's see. What are we? Number 18 over at LSU?
LSU playing a different quarterback who
Auburn Tigers.
LSU looked really good in the first half last week.
Let me ask you, Nick, who was the first Tiger? Was it Auburn at LSU? Or was it Clemson?
I would guess LSU.
I would guess that too. Ladies and gentlemen, call us in.
Let us know.
366-8950. We don't
Then again, I don't know. Clemson might be pretty darn old too, because that's part of the colonies and stuff.
Right.
You know? So, I definitely think. I'm sure Auburn's pretty old, but I mean LSU was like in
Didn't
what
they
like
celebrate their
early
150?
1800s. Yeah, like it was around the Civil War.
Or was it 125, something like that?
It was like around the Civil War, I think, or just after the Civil War. But you know, it is LSU A&M is the actual name of the school.
They don't put that last part on there.
No, they don't. But it is an agricultural and manufacturing school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're essentially going to be growing all the medicinal marijuana at LSU.
Here
and
very
Southern.
shortly, right?
Yeah, in about a year, maybe. So I think you're going to see a spike in agriculture majors, folks.
Ha!
You know, hello, my name is Dr. Green Thumb.
Don't let me come into your rum.
So, how about this one? Online dating.
Ah,
1 in 5 people, apparently,
Why you do
according
that?
to the Match.com. Wait, are we talking about something else? Are we talking
no,
NFL now?
I just don't understand.
Online dating. Well, you've had a girlfriend for 10 years. So, needless to say, from somebody that doesn't get into online dating,
Well,
What
ladies
would
and gentlemen,
you-
call in if you want to date Nick?
well, no, I'm just saying, what is the strategy here?
On camera dating.
What is the strategy? Because ultimately, I have a friend of mine, not that guy, but the one next to him, yeah. A friend of mine who's not on air right now, who has recently tried, and I told him I was going to give him some tips on how to run game online.
Talk about the blind leading the blind, ladies and gentlemen.
I haven't had a girlfriend in like a year or two, but
Oh, Lord.
yeah.
Go up and rent the movie Hitch, I guess, right?
Hitch, yeah. So Will Smith, that guy will give you some good hits.
Here's what I would do.
Because in West Philadelphia, he's born
I'd
and
go
raised.
into an online date or whatever. I would be expecting the worst and hope for the best.
It is bad.
I would hope for the best. And
It is bad.
I'd expect the worst.
Like, for instance, like POF.
Yeah.
You know, plenty of fatties.
Well, I mean, we're talking
Which,
about.
it's okay to be fat. It's okay in today's America.
Right. Maybe maybe
There's a
nice-
couple other ones. I think you get what you pay for, because the free sites probably aren't the best.
Yeah, maybe not.
You know, and I mean, well, at least it doesn't have people that are as serious. Because if you're like actually paying some bucks every month, you know, for a service,
You're expecting some
you're actually trying.
return. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Return
mean,
on
and
your
they probably have a
investment.
website for every different need, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm looking to get married, or
Yeah.
I'm looking to cheat on my wife, or I'm looking, you know.
Did you see that one lady that makes $80 a session for cuddling?
Wow.
Yeah, you can go cuddle her. $80 for,
I'd go cuddle somebody for
for
80.
1 hour, and no funny business. Don't you
So-
get an erection?
She's only got to do like 2 cuddles a day, 2-3 cuddles a day, and you know, I mean, hey, that's more than what I make.
Yeah, there you go.
So I need to look into the cuddling business.
Be a gigolo.
What's that?
I said be a gigolo.
Be a gigolo, right?
A
yeah.
cuddalo.
Yeah, so we'll get into that a little more later. But folks, you're not watching. So
That's all right. How about
it's okay, we're a new show, so you're gonna start watching and eventually you'll be like, who the hell are these crazy dudes up on TV? And
When we get our dancing monkey, I bet you watch.
yeah,
Divisional game coming up, Nate, eh?
it's a big one. I would like to go to it, but it's so hard getting to New Orleans for Monday night games.
Bam, 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 bam.
Dun 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 dun. Which Monday night games have been harder for me to watch because I don't have ESPN.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been to a Monday night football game in the New Orleans Superdome, you are missing out. It really is something special.
Any night game, for that matter. You know, Monday, Sunday,
when those
Thursday.
cameras are on, man. Oh, oof.
Yeah, the dome is always good. The noon games sometimes can be a little rough. You know,
Yeah.
it's an early start. You gotta, you know, you're up by 8 o'clock in the morning if you're going to a noon game. You know,
Most of our friends, they think they want to be wasted before they get into the game, so they're all like,
because it's like either that or pay $15
Yeah.
for a double mixed drink
Yeah,
or
I
whatever,
know.
or $10 for a beer.
stumbling down the stairs.
$10 for some chips and cheese. Whose chips and cheese are they? Nachos.
That's nachos.
Well,
$10 hurricanes, $8.50 beers. Yeah, I know.
so any predictions for the Saints Falcons on Monday night?
Probably the Falcons probably win by a field goal. Probably.
The Saints have to get over that hump, man. I'm gonna give them 6 points.
6 points? Are we? I think we're favored, huh? I mean, I know the Falcons pulled off a late win last week. Julio Jones is kind of hurt. He's on one of my fantasy teams. Which, speaking of fantasy, oh my God. Like my first week, dude, no lie. My first week, I was like 140 points, kicking butt. Last week, all my players just, I had Keenan Allen, injured reserve, Adrian Peterson, torn meniscus or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I'm the Hurdies. I am the Hurdies. So I went from 140 to scoring like 60 last week.
And look, that's not your first year doing that either.
I always have the best drafts.
We were the Hurdies.
Always have the best drafts, but then everybody gets hurt.
Oh man.
So I need that inside information. If you have the inside information on who's getting injured for the rest of the season, so I can take them off of my fantasy team.
Please call in and tell Nate now.
Yes, indeed.
Pop didn't even call us. Where's June?
I don't know. Maybe the lines are down again. So what do you got there?
Looking at some stats here. This is fantasy points per game. Drew Brees is getting you. You don't have Drew, do you?
I do have Drew in one league.
He's averaging you 22.9. That's good. 23
Well,
points.
Drew had a killer first game, and he only had one
wow.
touchdown pass last game.
I didn't think Brooks was doing that good. I knew Snead was though.
Cooks.
I didn't think he was doing that well. Not averaging that much.
He had a 98-yard touchdown in week one.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of points right there.
Yeah, that's basically 10.8, 16.8 right there. And so I know he went over 100 yards. Willie Snead, I think I saw was like second or third in the NFL in receptions.
Oh man, did you see that little cornerback, man? Number 25.
Yeah, they say he's okay.
So good, man. Oh, and they were just talking good about him, and then that happened. That's just like those announcers, man. You ever notice that sometimes?
Jinxon.
Golly, more than not.
But
those announcers do that all the time. And Drew Brees, here he goes. This snap is gonna set the record, and it's intercepted. Like.
And I mean, like you said, that the NFL ratings have gone down, which they have. However, I just think TV ratings in general have gone down because there's so many different ways to watch it now.
Could be right.
I mean, like, I'm a living proof that I get online and I mess up my computer by just watching it online. All right.
We have detected a virus.
Well, yeah, but ultimately, I watch the Saints games and I've been thinking about getting Sling, to have access to that, but
Sling Blade.
Sling. Well, it's like Sling is that like a Hulu, but it's like shows live TV. And you like get like up to 25 channels or something.
Yeah, we had it. It's not worth it. You're gonna get a bunch of Bobo channels that you're never gonna watch. Trust me.
Really?
Yeah, we had it.
You don't get to pick your channels.
Nah, they give you 25 Bobo channels.
25 Bobo-ness.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I would want like ESPN. I would want History, Comedy Central, USA, maybe the Turner networks.
Well, I mean, if it was cable a la carte, you could have that, but it's not like that.
Well, I thought you just like they give you a bunch of networks to pick from, and you just pick out your channels that you want, but maybe not.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because
I've been waiting for that service for a long time because we've got like what 500 channels apparently now on cable networks, and none of them are good. So or maybe 10 of them are good. So I've always been waiting for that service to where I can pick my 10 channels, call it a day.
Yeah, a la carte cable. It's never gonna happen.
Yep, because I need the Oprah network because I'm gonna watch that, right?
Yeah.
I won't watch it, Oprah. Keep your billion.
Lifetime movie channel.
Maybe Katie Ann is mad at us because I'm chewing gum and I'm a TV show host and you're not supposed to chew gum.
Call in and let us know if you're mad at Nick.
Are you mad at me, Katie Ann?
Actually, it's probably because we don't like Obama and people are mad about that.
I would venture to say that people are doing bigger and better things. Right now, the Sugarcane Festival is going on in New Iberia, a couple blocks from my house, or soon-to-be old house.
Is that where they tried to beat me up last year?
That is well, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Did you say anything?
But yeah, Chris got jumped by a redneck over there.
He was on something. I don't know if it was meth.
New Iberia. I even told some people from New Iberia, yeah, y'all are special ed. This whole damn, and they're like, who? Like what part of town? I'm like, the whole damn town is special ed. So New Iberia, if you got a problem with that,
Call in.
366-895.